What is going on, guys? Jeff here, and today we're going to do something that I've been planning on doing for a little while now, and that is the top 10 selling products at Corals Unlimited. But let me back up for a second. If you don't know what Corals Unlimited is, it's my business. I actually quit my day job this year and decided on following my dream of opening up a fish store, and I done just that. And I actually documented the entire process and shared it with you guys on this channel. So if you're new to the channel, don't know the deal, go back and check that playlist out. It's going to be a link located in the description below if you want to follow along. So we've been in business for about 6 months now, and what I wanted to do today was actually take a look at the top 10 best-selling products of 2021. Side note, if you want to support a small business and also check out some of these products, there will be a link to all the products that we talk about in this top 10 in the show notes. All right, so let's kick things off with number 10, and that is my live Copepods. Now, these are cultured in-house, and it is a part of something that I've worked on for years. And if you guys go far enough back into my YouTube channel, you actually will find a lot of culturing videos that I put together. And I put that to work here at the store because a couple years ago, I was at a convention, and I saw a gentleman that had some pretty interesting live foods going, and he was definitely bringing it home, making the bacon, and I was very impressed with what he did. Now, I did contact him when I opened up my store, and he did supply me with the initial batch, and every once in a while when things get lean, I will give him a shout, and he'll send me up some pods. But this has been probably the most inexpensive and also most profitable product that we have carried for the first year in business. Definitely happy with that, and I'm very happy to be able to supply people with pods for their tank. This is a mix of pods. It has 3 different types. It has Tisbee, the Tigs, and also Apocalypse. I can't ever say that right. Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. But anyways, if you're looking for some pods for your tanks, we do ship. So if you want to give us a shot, give us a little bit of business, there is a link in the show notes. Check out, coming in at number 10, the live Copepod mix. Coming in at number 9 on the top 10 selling Reef products on Corals Unlimited is the Kessel A360X Tuna Blue LED light. Now, with this product, it definitely probably could have done a little bit better on this list, and I actually swapped out this product while talking with some customers for what I would say is going to be later down the road, a different type of light. But I don't want to shed too much light on that just yet. It's top 10, folks. Hold your horses. But definitely a solid product and definitely deserves its spot here on this top 10 Reef tank products for 2021. And what I love about Kessel is Kessel Logic. Now, if you don't know what Kessel Logic is, basically you have the ability to change 2 functions on this light. It's not like some of the other lights that we'll talk about later on this list. It's definitely a more beginner-friendly light where you only have the ability to change both the intensity, you can turn it up or turn it down, or the coloration. You can make it a little bit more white or a little bit more blue, depending on what works for you. Look out, Mr. Dr. Seuss. But definitely a decent light coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 on our top 10 Reef tank products sold at Corals Unlimited is the AI Prime 16 HD Reef LED. And this is the little light that could, because when it comes down to it, the fact that it even made this list is pretty impressive because I've only been carrying it for about a month. What I love about this light is that it is very easy on the wallet. It's not going to break the bank. It's probably one of the most inexpensive LED lights out there, and what you get as far as functionality, it's pretty impressive because you have the cloud service, you have the ability to control it through your phone via the app. And what I hear from most folks when I'm talking about this light with them, what they love the most about it is that they can go on to the website, check out what the professionals, I'm doing air quotes there, but the professionals are using, what type of scheme they got going on. They can download it and actually run that scheme on their lights for their reef tank. Now, for me personally, what I love about this light is that if you aren't using all the power to drive your reds or your greens or your whites, you can actually utilize that to push your UVs, your blues, and your purples a little bit more, which is going to make the functionality of the light a little bit better, because if you're turning down your reds and your greens like most folks are, that's just lost power. But with this light, you have the ability to not lose that power and push those spectrums a little bit harder. It probably has some type of lifespan reduction on the light. That's something that you need to take in consideration there. But you're not just losing power and losing light that is going to be going into your tank. But I fully anticipate that this light is going to be much higher on this top 10 come this time next year. Coming in at number 7 on our top 10 Reef tank products for everyone is the Aqua Clear 110. Say what? This is the top 10 Reef tank products, Jeff. You going crazy. I know I'm crazy. Welcome to the party. So this filter is known and loved in the freshwater side of things, and it's also a filter that has been used once or twice for a saltwater tank, and not only just for filtration, but it's also been used for refugium, hang on the back, custom deals that customers have done. And also you could go and watch a couple of videos here on YouTube as well. Now, as far as filtration goes, this is probably not the most ideal filter for a reef tank. I'll put that out there. But anything that I would say is under 40 gallons, you could definitely get away with using a Aqua Clear 110 as a filter. Now, before the reef tank police kick down my door and haul me out of here, that this is a very powerful filter. It's good for freshwater. It's also good for reef tanks in a smaller capacity. Now, on my first reef tank, I used 2 Aqua Clear 110s on my 55-gallon aquarium, and with the use of real, I'm saying real, live rock, that tank was absolutely bulletproof. Now, I probably contribute that more to the actual live rock than I do the filtration, but the whole system together worked very well. I just had to stay up on my water changes because I didn't have a skimmer. Now, I have sold this filter for both freshwater and saltwater hobbyists. Some of them are making refugiums out of them. Some of them were using them for smaller tanks. It's definitely a solid product, and if you're looking to do a budget build of some sort, whether it be freshwater or saltwater, this is definitely the best hang on the back filter that you can get. Coming in at number 6 on our top 10 reef tank products is Aragalive Reef Sand by Kessel. This has been probably the best-selling sand at the store this year, and I think has a lot to do with, the fact that it's a little bit bigger in grain size. A lot of folks seem to be concerned about sand blowing around, and you guys have known my battles if you've been on this channel over the years. I had problems with the 90, I had problems with the 220, and generally speaking, a larger grain size sand is not going to be blown around as much. And the reef sand, it's a decent sized sand, and this stuff, it comes with the beneficial bacteria, and I actually had quite a few customers use this product and nothing else, and had their tank cycle incredibly fast. I think the fastest I heard was 2 weeks with this product, and not adding any type of beneficial bacteria product whatsoever. Coming in at number 5 on our top 10 reef tank products is the Aquatop 36-watt UV Sterilizer. Now, this is probably the only product that we're going to talk about on this top 10 that does not actually have an active listing on my store, but I'm going to talk about it anyways because at some point it will be listed on the store, and it is definitely a very budget-friendly UV sterilizer that does a trick. Now, not long after I opened up one of my coral tanks or tubs or whatever you want to call them, went completely bacteria bloom on me. And not long after a bacteria bloom happened, which the water just basically clouded up, I had a algae bloom, and I had an algae bloom that would not quit. Now, I probably had some type of issue happen in the tank to cause this, whether it be an anemone that just went necrotic and melted in the tank and just junked the whole thing up, or the fact that I did lose some photosynthetic sponge in the system. I don't know exactly what caused it, but I do know what fixed it, and this was definitely the product. that took care of the job. And I have sold quite a few of these, but generally speaking, it's special order. I get them in and they go out, but definitely been a very solid product here at Corals Unlimited. Coming in at number 4 on our top 10 reef tank products is the Auto Top Off from Icecap. Now, this is a product that I pretty much carried exclusively for most of the year. Only recently, I think in the last month, I've actually started carrying a competitor, which for most cases, they essentially cost the same. But the Icecap is one that I've used for years, and it's a product that has been proven to me to work, and that's why I carry it in my store. But only recently have I started experimenting or utilizing another one and battle testing that, so I can stand behind that product as well. But definitely a solid product and definitely a decent price. Check out the Icecap Auto Top Off. If you guys want to see this product in a little bit more detail, I do have some videos on my YouTube channel that you can find. Just search on the channel page and it will pop up. Pretty in-depth look at this product. Very solid Auto Top Off. Coming in at number 3 on our top 10 reef tank products is Instant Ocean's Box O Salt. Oh, what a surprise. A reef tank store selling salt. That's just silly. Now, the reason that I decided to go with Instant Ocean as far as carrying that for a salt, which I do have designs on carrying other different types of salt down the line, but this is probably one of the most used salts in my area. Even though that it is something that's carried by the big box stores, I figured it would be or make more sense to carry a product that most people are using. I do carry a couple other different types of salt. I don't sell nearly as much as I do of the Instant Ocean Reef Crystals, but it seems like to be one of those things that a lot of folks they kind of want to get away from it, but at the same time, it's not broke, so why fix it? And coming in at the number 2 spot on our top 10 is the Ecotec Radeon XR 30s. Now, as far as what I've sold the most of this year, we're going to talk about that here in a second, but this is a light that I have over my frag systems, and it's not the Gen 5s, it's the Gen 4s. And I truly believe that, when folks are shopping for something, when they have made up their mind that they're going to upgrade something and they're talking with somebody, I don't really want to call myself a salesperson, but to a degree I am, and they're talking to somebody who has a product and uses it and has found success with it, they are most likely to go with what that person likes and uses and has good things to say about. And I think that's why that this guy comes in at number 2. Not only that, this is a high ticket item, and even though that I haven't sold a ton of them, it does make up a large portion of the sales at Corals Unlimited. Now, coming in at the number 1 spot for the 2021 champ of sales at Corals Unlimited is the Ecotec Radeon XR15s, Gen 5s. This is hands down the light that I've sold the most of this year at Corals Unlimited, and it is probably one of the best lights out there. Now, newsflash, I'm going to be adding this very light or lights to the water box, so if you want to stay up to date on that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified when that video is dropped. That is going to be something that I'm working on here relatively soon, so keep your eye out. That's the end of this top 10, but the fun doesn't need to stop here. Check this video out. I will see you over there.